We are we're going to look at we're going to look at doing a I figured I should just do a start on like all of the planets. So I'm currently like my main one's Vulcan. I've done a quick run through of Mars, and what I think I should do is just um, go through say like the moon and just give a um, just like a guide for it. So go Stationeers. We'll go brutal start. Lunar. Brutal plus Stationeers. Alright. So typically you start with more resources than I will. Especially if you're just starting out and you're not going straight for hard mode. But I think the priority of what we've run through is consistent. So, and I think that's the sort of key. Okay. Alright, this is interesting. It looks like they were starting in a crater. So I think we want to build up here. I think for sure. The question is, where is our crate? It's always the hardest part of this is there it is. Okay, what we will do actually just to start is we'll quickly grab the food out of here. So there's always the opening food that you get. And that's all we need from there. So I'm not sure where the sun's going to come up, but I think we always sort of point our base to 90, basically. So let's put the food in here. And look, let's just build facing 90 degrees. So we'll do our standard 4x4 base. Alright, so we want to get, we just want to get a 4x4 grid down. Okay, we want 2 walls and one solar panel up there. So we want to just get our initial base configuration done. So let's just get a start happening. So I think, look, our start's going to be very similar. We're basically going to focus on getting a furnace up and running first. The reason for getting a furnace up and running first is that it takes a lot of power to break down minerals, and until you get like automated power system, it's very easy or very common to run out of power. So we want to solve that problem. So what do I want to do? So let's put that in there. We'll bring this in here, and let's just get our initial setup. So if you watch any of my other starts, you'll see that we always have a very standard setup. So, and this is so we don't have to think. So this always goes here. The auto lathe always goes here. So we want to get a basic setup done. So this is the power that comes in from the solar panels. So we set it up like that. This will come out this way. Okay, so got that. We want the power now. Get the power set up. So this is going to be our main, early on, this is our main charging, right? So we want to make sure that we get this battery in there. Okay. Set up the solar panel, which always goes up here, because it has to be on a frame. You make it so, take it away from being a dual to just a regular solar panel. And we want to face it 90 degrees, so just find, like, I believe the sun is going to rise from 90 degrees, I think. I actually haven't played the moon, like the last time I played the moon was probably when I was right starting this game. Because it's pretty trivial once you understand the mechanics. The moon's pretty easy. So we want to spin this at 270. So 270 should be sunrise. Actually, I keep thinking we're on Vulcan. It doesn't matter. Let's just leave it like that. And yes, this is the main thing. We'll put a put that there. Okay, I think we're good. So what we actually want to do now is we actually want to do some mining. So we'll put down everything we don't need. Don't need any of this stuff. This we will keep the duct tape, because one way is to die. So always play hardcore mode, which means that if I die, like, I'm dead. I have to restart. So one way you can die is just your suit breaks. So look, so you just got to remember. So the main challenge early on is just remembering where your base is. So we want to get some. So our objective for our first mining mission, we just want some gold. Like, you really only need like 10 gold. Like, you don't need much. But look, since we're here, oh look, 20 is heaps. Now we actually just need 2 iron and 1 copper is really what we want. We want to find on this first run. But you can see how it's easier to, like, lose your base, right? It looks like here is some iron. So in an ideal scenario, we use the arc furnace to smelt 2 lots of iron and 1 lot of copper, and then by then we're into furnace territory. So that's the ultimate, right? You can do it on less because you actually don't need that much, but it's more about like, you actually do have enough power to, like, smelt a few things using the arc furnace, and this will give us enough to actually generate a closed-in base. So we'll be able to have a vacuum sealed base as well as the furnace. So just got to make sure we don't get disorientated. So 90 degrees is what we were walking towards, and we sort of took a bit of an angle. So we sort of walked over that way. So our base should be like over this way somewhere. Probably should just re-get our bearings before nighttime. Right there. So there you go. Right. Because yeah, if you actually can't find your base, that's that's not going to be good. And so to get the actual furnace to work, we're going to need, a stack of oxygen and a stack of volatiles. Oh, we should get a stack of silicon. You need this for when you're at the furnace cranking. So it's not, you don't need it straight away, but this will just enable us to build more, what do you call it? More crafting benches. Like the electric printer and all that sort of stuff. So we don't need heaps. Wow, it gets really dark. So we need Like we need copper. And this is one thing, this is why I actually like Vulcan, is because Vulcan has a lot of resources around. Okay, we found some copper. But yeah, Vulcan actually has quite a lot of resources. So, if the only tricky part about Vulcan is the fact that you know, it's brutally hot outside, and there's volatile, which means that if you're not careful, you can blow up. So it's quite easy to die. But and if you can keep all that under control, and the temperature, right, you can only work outside at night time until you get a hard suit. But yeah, but in terms of the resourcing that you can get, like it's huge. All right, so this is, look, we could mine more, but we actually want to get a little bit set up for daytime. So a little bit lost. That looks like I see a faint outline of a base there. All right, cool. So look, the sun should come up on the yeah, 90. So we want 1 iron, we want 1 copper. Now, while that's working, we should just do some more mining. So we can get some coal. I'm gonna need this to make steel. So, Jesus, so easy to float away. Okay, so iron's actually not that bad early on, because iron is just a way to like expand and build. If you have iron, you can you know, you can expand your base. So yeah, so our first objective is going to be get a furnace, right? We should be able to get that pretty easily. Get a furnace, and then we'll try and rush to we obviously need to do oxygen, because we won't have an oxygen tank, so we actually do have to care a little bit about that. So we probably want to make a, you know, a room that we're going to use for oxygen. Okay, so the iron's done. Now we just get the copper in there. Alright. And what we want to do at this stage is, like, we want to take all the batteries out of stuff we're not going to use. So look, in an ideal world, you're not using the drill and you're not using the angle grinder, because if you know where you're going to build everything, you never have to unbuild anything. So early on, I would say taking these out is key. So that's probably all the copper we need. Yeah, we don't need we actually don't need much for a furnace. It's like 20 and 30 iron and 10 copper, right? So okay, so we actually need to replace this battery, right? So we need to make sure that this doesn't run out. So one way to do that is to actually put your large battery into there early on. So because what's important is that this can't lose power until it finishes, or it's going to be a disaster. So what else can we do to get set up? I think we're just waiting at the moment. So I want to make sure that we've got the actually. Should just get one more. Should get one more stack of iron. Yes, the most important things at the moment is so we've got enough stuff to get sorted now, so we don't have to push too hard. Probably one thing we want to do, we want this airlock to be set up. So we normally set it up on the wall, but we can just put it here actually. Alright, so one other thing I like to do is I like to run power cables along the edge of squares. So I try and keep the power cables along this sort of line. That's just like for neatness and a bit easier to plan out everything if you do that. Alright, so that's all lined up. Alright, now we've got a furnace. So what we actually need to do here is we need walls, right? So to lock this place down, we need to set up some walls. Okay, and the furnace we're gonna put like this. Alright. We're gonna put a wall there. And let's just put this down. Okay, so I think we need a wrench and we need the sheets. Wrench. Okay, so that's our furnace, right? So our furnace is good to go now. Okay, we actually want some windows here. Now we're organizing it so the green is pushing away from the base, and the reason is it makes it a bit easier to wire stuff. So you still need some walls here. Now a lot of people always sort of say, hey, you should make a smaller base and whatnot. I just find it's not as I find that what makes this game hard is if I run out of space and I can't like build. So keeping the base like big, I find it actually makes things makes it easier. So we've got this now. So we actually need 2 doors. So we'll build 2 doors, and the rest will go into iron sheets. And hopefully this. And then we've got to go and get.
Hydration critical.
They actually need, iron sheets. Okay. Yes. So actually, we really don't have to rush an enclosed base on the moon. Okay. So we actually need to now. We actually need to get the stuff we need for the furnace. So let's take a new battery. We'll keep this on us, and we need to find some. So run off in the hundreds. So to come back, we go 260-ish. Okay, and here comes our. Yes, this makes a big difference for us. We don't have to overly panic with the running out of hydration and food and all that. You can last without it. What we need, so we need to find volatiles, and we need to find oxygen. We just need one stack of each, and we can and we'll be sweet. Then we can get there we go. Here's the. So we want a bit of oxide, because this is actually going to be our oxygen, obviously. So actually, we need to solve this a bit earlier. This is what I forgot about last time. What? Eclipse. So we need yeah, so our oxygen we're getting, but we need volatiles. There we go, there's some pink. So then we'll go, we gotta remember you've got to head 266 to head back. So the biggest risk early on in like your Mars and all that sort of stuff is losing where your base is, basically. So what this will enable us to do, and as long as we keep the oxide in our belt, it won't melt. So, but actually, like, the atmosphere is like nil, so. Okay. Actually, we've got water here, so it's like opening this in an atmosphere is fine, as long as it's short bursts.
Pressure critical, temperature critical, oxygen critical.
Right.
Temperature critical, pressure critical, oxygen critical.
Alright, there's our base.
Pressure critical, oxygen critical, temperature critical, temperature critical, pressure critical, oxygen critical, pressure critical, oxygen critical, temperature critical.
Okay. So we can now set up this. We've now got a furnace here, and we can just get this pumping now. So it's
power critical.
So volatiles and no, 1 to 1. Is it 2 oxygen to 1? Oh. Okay, let's turn this on. Okay, so we've got that. So what we want to do now is start making iron. Get some gold. I think it was 2 volatiles. We just get that in there. So, see, once you get the furnace up and running, right, then like how quick it is to make, you know, to make stuff. It's like super quick. This is why it's so important to get
Power low.
it to happen first. So obviously we need to fix up this solar panel. Okay. So we can turn that off. Turn that off. Alright, so that thing is okay, so these are producing. So silicon. So the power situation might be a, you know, might be a thing. I believe I can just leave this stuff on the ground, I think. The only thing is we will have to, yeah, we'll have to build a room. And this is what we use for okay. So yeah. So yeah, can't actually leave it on the ground. Okay. Good to know. Alright, so we've got this. So right now we're actually just this powers a little bit of a so I think we'll try and I think we try and get an electronics printer. So got to babysit power a little bit at the start. And we use, when we need to make sure that it finishes,
Power low.
we've got to use that, it's a big battery, and we just hope that this thing can Onyx printer. The idea behind this is that if we can get solar tracking, if we can solve our power problem, actually I did say I was going to try, no, to try and go straight for IC chip. IC10, we need a steel, electrum, solder. Okay, door. Should get a hydraulic pipe bender as well.
Power critical.
Alright. Let's get a door for our room in here. Power critical. Do this. Yeah, a little bit. Probably should have gone for the hydraulic pipe bender first. Let's take this to 270. We know that is sunrise, right? Because we need a few glass sheets. So call this. So if we get 4 plastic sheets, that will give us enough for what we need to build the 2 crafting stations. And then we just dump the rest into glass sheets. So run towards the earth to find our base. There's iron. There's tons of iron. Which, I mean, I know we need, but oxygen, right? So we've got to solve our oxygen tanks. We actually need to get a, yeah, getting the hydraulic pipe fender is important. Just to make sure that we've got a, we can refill our oxygen tank basically. We've got 1,000 pressure of oxygen left. I think what we've got to do, go back and do is, yeah, get the hydraulic pipe bender. Get that cranking, get a portable tank. I was just thinking, like, we don't really need an airlock coming in to our base.
Power
Shit.
critical.
Power is actually an issue. We might have to take it out of our drill. There's our base. Just don't get lost. So this the hydraulic pipe that goes here. Alright. Got iron sheets cranking. So we need 4 of these. Okay. So we need a portable gas tank. And that is a bit
Power critical. Air tank low.
okay, so we've got that. This is where we actually do need to put the battery back in. Ah, yeah, you just do it here. Glass sheets. Okay, I actually think this should go here. Now, the unfortunate thing is I now need pipes. Actually,
Power low.
have a portables connector. And we need pipe. Okay, let's just do that. Doesn't have to be inside. No one said it had to be inside. So we need to actually put our base battery back in there. Yeah, turn that on. Actually, don't need to turn that on.
Air tank critical.
Yeah, we're running close here.
Power critical.
Let's
Temperature critical. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen low.
no.
Oxygen critical. Low pressure. Pressure critical.
Ah,
Cognition low.
no, where is it? Oh, we got it back in. Okay, we also have a battery problem. Okay, so that was that was really close. Yeah, so what we need to do The external pressure is getting pretty crazy. Jesus. But we just suck all this
Oxygen
in.
low. Oxygen critical. Air tank critical.
Alright, so the oxygen's in there, so that'll be fine. Like it's mixed in with carbon dioxide and all that, but that's fine. Okay, so we now at least have a solution to oxygen.
Power low.
Wait,
Pressure critical. Temperature critical.
so I think okay, there's obviously, more than just oxygen in there, which is, expected. Let's just pause for a sec. So we've got a good enough oxygen to at least buy us some time. So really our next pain point is power. So automating the power is important. There's a way to do it with IC, and we just need to make some electrum and solder, but we're probably better off just doing it the normal way. So we'll do that. Okay.
Hydration critical.
Okay, so we need copper and gold. So we need 4 logic IOs.
Oxygen low.
Oh, we'll just flush
Pressure
this.
critical. Oxygen critical.
We actually need to find out what is.
Power critical.
We actually need to find out what is.
Oxygen low.
Need processor. So I think this. So let's see what's in this tank.
Oxygen low.
Yeah, so it's nitrogen. So what we actually need is
Pressure critical. Temperature critical.
is
Oxygen critical.
a nitrogen filter. And I think once we have that, everything should be fine. All right.
Power critical.
Memory. Put that in. Yeah, we get that battery in. And this is memory. Okay, and then all we need is just cables, basically.
Power low. Hunger caution.
Okay, so we got that. So let that go. Now what could we do? We could get a oh, okay. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. Let's turn this around to 270. So we're ready for the morning. Yes, power is our big problem. What we'll do is we need enough power to survive till yeah, we need enough power to survive. Alright, so let's just go. So we need 2 logic readers.
Power critical.
We need 2 batch writers. And we need 2 logic maths. And we need 2 memories. Then always need this. Right, and now we actually here's a lot of just need a bunch of cable. Alright, so what we got here. This is at 10%. Okay, so I've at least got this battery.
Power low.
We need enough power to last the morning. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge.
Health low.
We can eat and drink though.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
Okay, so I've got this. We need sheets. So I need a passive vent.
Hydration critical. Power critical.
we are we are really right on the edge of power. We want to power this thing up, so it's important that you keep the solar tracking. It's important you keep the power separate. You don't often have to do that, but for this one you do, because eventually your input power line, can have up to 100 watts on it. I know people use not transformers, but they must be used transformers, and they split it up. But it's just too much hassle. You're better off just keeping the input power just separate. And we will, yeah, and we'll upgrade all this to heavy cable. Eventually.
low.
Okay, we are like right at the edge of our power. We really need it to come to daytime. Okay, we actually wired all this up. So the thing we really need is actually power. Like, what do we have? Do we have anything? We've got no additional batteries. We've really got nothing. We just gotta hope for.
Power critical.
Well, we gotta hope for daytime to kick in, basically. They're gonna wait for this to completely.
Oxygen low. Oxygen critical. Power low.
Actually, what I
Power
could do.
critical.
What I could do is put this back on here. Alright. And turn this on. Okay, and so it's just turned daytime, right? So then I think we do a mad dash to change the battery.
Oxygen low. Power critical.
Okay, so this is going to be solar logic reader V, solar logic reader H, solar batch writer B, solar
Caution.
batch writer H, solar math V, solar math H, solar mem V, solar mh. Don't know if it's always going to be 90/90. I'm not sure, but alright. So this is. Oh, we need a sensor. Shit.
Health low.
Good job, Han. Eh? Okay. Cable. Alright, so I've got this. I should turn this on. Turn that off now. And so now we're actually good. So what we want to do is we want to read in the daylight sensor, and we want vertical. Daylight sensor horizontal. And batch writer vertical. So we want the solar math vertical. Solar math vertical. Output type. All solar panels. And vertical. So we want solar math horizontal. Output type, we want this solar panels. We want this to be the horizontal. Logic math, we want to add in the logic reader. Logic reader vertical with the mem vertical. We want add. To this we want the logic reader horizontal plus the mem horizontal and add. Alright, so I've got that. Let's see what this settles on. But hopefully it settles on, yeah, 99%. So yeah, it's a sort of, if you set it up like this, it's the same.
Low.
Well, yeah. Okay, so we've got that now. So we've solved our power problem. So this is huge. So we build out the solar panels. So for that we're gonna need steel. But first let's start pumping out these sheets so we can finish off our base. Oh shit. Whoops. Okay, we got everywhere. So really on the moon, you don't really have to worry about getting a airlock base actually. Like, it actually doesn't help us at all because of the fact that it's already an airlock, so we can just eat whenever. So we'll do that now.
Power low. Temperature high. Pressure critical. Temperature critical. Oxygen critical. Hunger critical. Pressure critical. Temperature high. Oxygen critical. Temperature critical.
No. Ban. Let me sort that out. Just give me 2 secs while I solve this this ban. All right, great. Yeah, so alright, so we've got solar tracking now. Now we can focus on other stuff we need. So we need passive vent. This is for the furnace. Actually, you know what we're going to do for the furnace? I think we're going to try and nah, not yet. I was gonna say we should try and like enclose it in a room. I've heard that's actually a good thing to do. So we want a valve. Alright, pipe. Let's just get a couple more pipes. So we don't need to build a like you don't need to build a like a habitable place yet. Like it just doesn't matter at this stage.
Power low.
Okay, so we've got all this. We'll do this. Alright, we've got this base, right? It's got a base, we've got solar tracking, so what we really need to do is start making steel. So let's just put this here, put this here. Um, put this back on because yeah, that's still in there. Okay. So I've got this. So we had some close calls starting on the moon, which is meant to be super easy. Yeah, I think it's just again not prior. I think you've got to get that. You got to get that oxygen tank first. Like, there's no way you'd be able to get power up and running before your first oxygen tank runs out. So I think that was just me being greedy. But now they've got oxygen. But yeah, you can see that solar tracking is like super easy to get set up. And if you build the same starter base, you just know exactly where everything gets put. So yeah, everything is just super easy. So we'll get some steel. I think once we've got a station battery, then it's just like we'll get a station battery and then we'll max out the solar panels. So we need some more iron, basically, and actually we need some oxygen as well. But I feel like we're less on a time limit on the moon. So we don't have to like crazy rush towards anything. The walk towards the Earth is how we get home. Okay, good stuff. The one good thing about the moon, though, is that on Vulcan, if you let any oxygen escape into the atmosphere, you have your risk of blowing up. On the moon, it's not the case, so it's actually like it's fairly safe to build an actual atmospheric base. So maybe we should actually do that fairly early. But definitely the resources, like the length that you have to go to get resources is so different on the moon compared to Vulcan. Vulcan, the resources are just everywhere. So it's sort of stabilized. So the next thing that eventually is going to kill us is, I guess, is like water and food. Like we're not in drastic states, like at all. Actually, we do need to just empty the furnace to do that. Alright, this will enable us just to do a start fresh again. And then we can pump the steel. So I think, so if we do 13, if I put 13, so do 6 down here. Right, so then we just pump that up. Okay, this is like pumping. Jesus. Yeah, so furnace is super easy if you've got like, if you got ice.
Waste tank caution. So let's just start putting. Okay, so we've got that. So we need. It's a gold and copper. Yeah, so we need tons of gold and copper. So get a station battery, and then we start getting more solar panels. And then if we get a proper airlock, then yeah, then we can make inside an actual atmosphere. We probably have to put the furnace in its own room if we do that. Right, so we've got gold happening, which is good.
Never have too much gold. So then, then potentially where do we head to next? Probably, yeah, it's probably going to be something along the water side.
Hydration critical.
Actually, water's like super easy. We just need to, as soon as we find ice, it's sort of over. Maybe this is the run where we explore rockets, because it should be sort of easy to get up and running with rockets, and we can take this learning to our other runs.
Pressure critical.
Oops.
Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
Okay, it is daytime. We do need to find copper. That's the main thing we need. Copper, anyone?
Power low.
Whole bunch of gold down there. Oh man, where is this? This copper. There we go.
Health critical.
Oh, yeah, health is critical. Okay, let's head back. So slow. But this will be enough to get a battery, a station battery, and then we can start pumping out solar panels. And then yeah, getting a base that's we're getting a breathable atmosphere base is something we can just very quickly do.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
Okay, so should still be pumping. Well, we aren't, but so
Hit battery.
Health low.
So got this. Yeah, health is coming back, so sort of as expected.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
Okay. So let's set up the battery. So the batteries always go over here. So
Power low.
two, 1, 2. This is the input line. Oh,
Air tank low. Power critical.
okay. So we've got this. Let's.
Waste tank critical.
We should really try and capture that, but
Air tank critical.
okay. Alright, we've got this battery cranking, which is good. Let's switch this out. So you should just start making heavy cable. It's actually one thing that
Learned from the previous playthroughs. Because you want to do this early. Okay, so it's now done. Yeah, because we actually ran out of power, we do need to manually switch this around to the starting position.
Power low.
Okay, so instead of going towards the moon, come from over here. So getting upgraded tools will be good. Just getting all the mods and whatnot. I think that's ice. So there's our water, right? Maybe we should just get a stack of this. There's oxide. Don't need. Really need coal. What do we need? We need lead. We need silver. I think this is actually one of those times when when working outside during the daytime is actually what we want to be doing. So we have more vision. And yes, it's also slow, so it's like we really need like the upgraded jetpacks and all that jazz. I don't really need silicon, but it's just like can't really see anything. So yeah, I think potentially we go and get an airlock. The only thing I'm worried about is if we do that, the furnace is actually going to cause us problems. But getting like an advanced airlock consoles and all that is pretty trivial, and once we've done it, yeah, we can have like a breathable atmosphere. But yeah, it's not, you don't need to rush breathable atmosphere. There it is. All this. So we'll get the solar panels. You just gotta wait. So yeah, I think the priority is multiple um, multiple solar panels.
Jetpack low.
Okay. So this the solar panel needs steel. Yeah, so we got 2 solar panels. We've got the 2 glass and 2 solar panels, and then we'll get heavy.
Jetpack low.
Um, yeah, then we'll get the heavy cables. Back in 2 secs for this stuff. Alright, another solar panel. Jesus.
Jetpack low.
Okay, that makes a big difference, just that in itself. That's just doubled our power. And cable, we'll go cable heavy. Okay, we've got that. Okay, so that is pumping. Now this, put on 2 doors. We still need more copper.
Jetpack low.
Do this. What else do we not need? So this can go in there. This can go in there. Don't need that. Let's do that.
Pressure critical. Power low. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical.
And do
Oxygen
this.
critical.
Okay, great. Okay, let's try and find some copper. Okay, we didn't find copper, but we did find a bunch of iron.
Jetpack low. Jetpack low. Power critical.
Oh shit.
Power critical.
Go, go, go! We need copper. Where is the copper? Silicon. It's gold. Base is at 72. Okay, here we go.
base is at 72, so we'll head to 70. We'll finish mining all this copper.
Jetpack low.
For the jetpack, we can just swap our waste tank. Yeah, so I'm just thinking with the moon, actually, like I don't think
Jetpack low.
you actually need to worry about filling in the, like, you actually don't need to rush to make make an enclosed base. Like, it means nothing. You only need that one room, you know, for breathing or whatnot.
Jetpack low.
I wonder if we've got enough to
Jetpack
actually.
low.
So 76 is like the base direction. We sort of maximize the amount of copper we go back with. Might as well get one stack of nitrogen. So I'm thinking maybe I undo the base. Because what we do need, so we'll make a. Just thinking.
Jetpack low.
So I think with all this copper that we're going to go back with, we will have the resources that we need to actually get the advanced airlock and all that jazz. So we want to go 76. Yeah, so what's the next thing that can kill us? It's really, well, I guess it's water, which we've already got a stack of. So is now the time we actually go and just we start the breathable part of our base. And maybe that starts from, yeah, from where we currently are. My only concern is the furnace. That's the only thing that I think the putting the ice in the furnace is actually, some of that actually leaks. I think that's what's happening with the yeah, with the leakage. It's that.
Jetpack critical.
Yeah, it's all pretty easy to fix. Okay, we'll get all this out. Maybe two more. So, if we're going to make a separate, first we need frames. I think here, so maybe this becomes our. So we need 12. 9, 10, 11. Alright, so I got the 12. Um, okay, so I got that. So I got this. So we've got 2 of those. So now we need, actually, how are we getting advanced airlock? Set up. Okay, 2 of those, 2 of those. Advanced airlock. Yeah, well, get some walls. So we need 4 walls. So we'll continue this solar panel array. So you space them out like this. It's always getting each other's way, and they're not as efficient. Yeah, let's empty this out. So probably need about yeah, not sure how many we need. One good thing is we don't need to worry about storms on the moon. That's going to make things a little bit easier. Let's see, so this will probably be enough, and I'll come back. I need more. Okay.
Power low.
Just pump out heavy coils. It's sort of a little bit early, you might say. Gold and copper steel. Okay, so this will start pumping. $20. So I think we actually make this, because we're not on any time pressure, I think we make this like 2 stories. Right, let's get a stacker. Let's get 2 stackers actually. 3 stackers. Do you have enough for 3 stackers? Yep, we do. Whoops. Yeah, see our power's under control now. Yeah, like having this, we haven't had to use this airlock. $50. 50. Alright. Okay, so that is enough,
Hydration critical.
that's enough of those. What we got here? Oh, actually, yeah, we do have the doors, so probably iron sheets. Mm. Oh, now. Where passive vents? Where'd they end up? Definitely built them.
Hunger caution.
So I swear there was some passive vent somewhere. Ah, it's in my thing.
Air tank low.
Okay, I think low.
Air tank critical.
Okay, there's some walls. Okay. So we'll turn this into the breathable part of the base, which will also turn into the greenhouse. Okay, we need some. We need some silicon. Now, to make silicon, we're going to need to reheat this furnace to get it to max temperature.
Power critical.
if we go 4 and 2.
Health low. Hunger critical.
Yeah. So I'll start pumping out glass. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need all of it. So we get
Power low.
yeah, where? Okay, we need more silicon.
Power critical.
Power. Take this back.
Yeah, this is, you know, fairly early to do all this, this stuff with the... Alright, so that's all good. Okay, let's eat and drink.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
But we're almost up to,
Pressure critical. Oxygen
our
critical.
breathable base.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
Okay. It's, and then one disk. Is there any battery in this thing? Nope. So this thing's sort of useless now. Okay, we need silicon.
Jetpack low.
That's what I miss about Vulcan. There's just so much stuff everywhere on Vulcan. But on like the moon, there's like, you know, very hard for us to die, so
Jetpack low. Jetpack low.
Yeah, we know.
Jetpack low.
So we get silicon, we just need to mass produce the glass. Then we should be able to have the airlock done. And once we get the airlock done and we get a little breathable atmosphere in there, we'll move in the stuff like the water. We'll go and just get the basics in. We'll get our oxygen. We'll set up like a... We'll get the proper atmospheric setup such that, you know, we're at a proper oxygen tank. Like oxygen only tank. Instead of our mixed hybrid one we have right now. There we are. Damn, it cools down so fast. I think it is like the radiant heat. Glass. Atmospherics.
Power low.
Okay, we'll call this base. Exterior. Exterior door. Base. Exterior vent. Base. Interior vent. base airlock sensor. Base interior vent. Base interior door. You want airlock sensor. You want exterior door. Exterior vent. Interior door. Interior vent. Oh shit. Damn. So close. The large battery.
Jetpack low. Jetpack low. Jetpack low.
Yeah.
direction our base is at. Okay, right here. And then of course when I want good oxide. I was gonna say.
Jetpack low.
There's ice, that's water.
Jetpack critical. Jetpack low. Oxygen low.
There's still oxygen low. Alright, let's sort out the ice crusher anyway. Iron and gold. Easy enough. And then we want a liquid tank. And then we need liquid pipes. They need insulated. Ice crusher. So what do you need to build it? You need iron sheet, cable coil.
And then a drinking fountain. Just get heavy cable. Alright, I've got that. Good tank. Good pipes. I could just shove it outside.
Power critical. Jetpack critical. Jetpack low.
Okay, get the
Oxygen low. Hydration critical. Oxygen critical. Jetpack low. Temperature critical.
So we need this, we need nitrogen filter. It's got that. Got all that in there. We need cables, so
Hunger caution.
okay. So we take this.
Oxygen low.
Really? I have to do this? Is this because? Oh, maybe this is because there's not much water in there. I see. Yeah, I think it's because there's not much water in there. Oh, that would actually make sense. Cool. So we've got power. We've got we've got the yeah, we've got all that happening. I think we get another tank. Alright, this is going to be for the oxygen this time. Barracks in there, you get tank. So what I wanted to do now is set up the oxygen.
Air tank low.
Do that, and then okay. So I think all the heavy cable is now sorted. Oh shit, my oxygen tank.
Hunger critical. Air tank critical.
Get the portable tank. We'll get the oxygen filter. So you want to get a passive vent. Okay, that's gonna be passive vent.
Got enough cables that we're gonna need. Right, and then we need a utility. Need a canister. Get a canister. What else do we need? Pressure regulator. Okay. I've got that. We literally just need a pipe. We've got a couple of pipes because we will need them at some points. Okay, so hunger is definitely a thing.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
I mean, really, I should just eat in.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Oxygen low.
Alright, well. So I think, look, we're pretty much set up. We need to just throw down we need to get the actual greenhouse working. But that's just a bit of, we just need a bit of heat. Is basically all we need in there. Alright, well I might actually just call it there. So I think, so look, the moon, I think the one mistake again that we made starting off on here is just realizing that you don't start with an oxygen tank. So getting that first, and the fact that you don't need to enclose your basin. Like it's sort of pointless on the moon. You don't need to start doing that when you actually want to build a breathable atmosphere. So I think the focus would have been different. It's almost like you go straight for, you get furnace, and then you just get the hydro, the pipe bender. You get the portable connector and whatnot, and then you create a a room that you drop ice down, and then suck it all into the tank. You just did that early. That was the main one. I mean, we've got power sorted pretty quickly. Which is good. We're starting to build our livable area. I think we just need to throw some. Just need to get our greenhouse going. Then I think we'll be all sorted. So.
Jetpack critical.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll call it there. But I think that's a good enough start for our brutal Stationeers run. But yeah, I think getting the pure next step is just getting the just getting the greenhouse up and running. But yeah, gotta head off early just for work and jibber jabber. All right, I'm out.